Well, for some reason, the powers that be at Marvel didn't seem to think Endgame with that epic final was the best place to end the Infinity Saga. So, since this apparently is the final chapter in the Infinity Saga, I have no choice but to plough through this harder than Harvey Weinstein did with a younger, upcoming Jennifer Lawrence.
Nice!
So let's dive into Spider-Man Far From Home. Released in July 2019, Spider-Man Far From Home continues after the end of Endgame, where half the school at Peter Parker's high school, including Peter Parker himself, played by Tom Holland, have been brought back to life after 5 years of being dust, yet still have to finish their term, leading to much confusion.
Makes sense to me.
Peter has, for some reason, decided that shovel-faced MJ, played by personality vacuum Zendaya, is the woman of his dreams. And decides to take a break from superheroing and use his school trip abroad with his classmates as a way to win her over. Unfortunately, some elemental beings are being total cock-blockers, causing chaos. That is until a mysterious superhero named Mysterio, imaginative, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, pops up, as well as Nick Fury, played by Samuel L. Jackson, asking for his help. But is Mysterio all that he seems? Spider-Man Far From Home is nothing great, but still fun. Tom Holland is still likeable and charming as Peter Parker, and he still has great chemistry with Jacob Batalon as Ned, and Jake Gyllenhaal, who does have mad charisma as Mysterio. And I do like how much more needed depth is given to Peter Parker. I mean, this is a character that has just been brought back from the dead, has seen someone he considered a father figure die, and is trying to come to terms with his loss, his trauma, and is very unsure if he is strong enough to follow in the footsteps of Stark. And Tom Holland really sells it. I even love the crazy images Mysterio projects on Parker, making you feel as helpless and disoriented as he is. And I like the dynamic between Mysterio and Parker in the early scenes before that big reveal. The action is still fun and exciting, and even Zendaya actually improves as MJ here once she loses the autistic, too cool for school attitude and behaves like an actual human being. But sadly, Jake Gyllenhaal becomes less interesting after he is revealed to be the villain, especially due to a weak motivation.
He renamed my life's work Barf. I told him it was a mistake, that my technology could change the world.
And decides to seek revenge by faking being a superhero so he can be regarded as
the greatest hero on Earth!
Yeah!
Where did they come up with this stuff?
Wouldn't that make more sense to just be a superhero, especially since the tech he's using could be useful as a tactical advantage to get the drop on his enemies? Did he really think he would never get found out? And it's a shame, because as charming as Gyllenhaal is in the role, he lacks the same screen presence as Michael Keaton did as the Vulture. Fuck it, Vulture was the better villain, because we got why he did what he did. He was just a guy trying to keep a roof over his family's head. And there's a lot of scenes that really serve no purpose and could have been cut out in order to help with the pacing. Also, while it is fun, it feels more like an epilogue to Endgame, except it goes on way too long. I mean, honestly, it should have either ended at Infinity War to avoid the shit that will follow after, or end on Endgame, since it wrapped up 11 years worth of movies. So overall, it's a passable couple of hours of a film that's sadly caught in the web of a company that will milk this franchise for all it's worth. So that was Spider-Man Far From Home and the end of the Infinity Saga, and man, it is still a fun series of movies that I was more than happy to revisit. Yeah, there were setbacks and some cringe, but for a while, we had something special. From 2008 to 2019, anytime a movie with the name Marvel attached to it was advertised, we had something to look forward to. From humble beginnings to an epic final. It took characters people outside of comic book fandom were unaware of and made them household names. It was a series that showed comic book characters could be comic book characters, a far cry from the gimpy leather-clad S&M gear from the early 2000s. It also took characters that were deemed too goofy, but showed they could be taken seriously and made them relatable. It was 11 years of funny, exciting, and even surprisingly emotional moments, with a lot of heart put into it by people who believed in heroes, and also showed us that no matter how hard life can beat you, strength, hope, bravery, empathy, kindness, and understanding will always prevail. And whether you beautiful bastards are Northern English or not, thanks for watching, and do remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and ring that bell in order to be notified. And if you wish to further support this channel, then the links are in the description below. But before I fuck off to the pub, I'll leave you with the very man who without him, none of this would have been possible. The late, great Stan Lee. Rest in peace, you beautiful bastard.